How's it going, guys? Hope you're enjoying this game. It's Lucy and the Eternity She Wished For. Let's get right back into it. Last episode we left off, was trying to decide which, what I should tell him. I was gonna tell him the truth. Or just, I found it lying somewhere outside. That's partially the truth. It fell from the sky, he'll believe that. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I saved it, so... oh well. Let's tell him the truth. He's not gonna believe anything else. I found it in the junkyard. Junkyard? You don't mean that company's... oh. Junkyard? You don't mean that company's junkyard. He tosses his thumb over his shoulder. Not exactly sure where he's referring to. But I haven't seen any other junkyards around here, so... yeah, that's probably the one. You've got some guts, kid. I hope you know how much the fines are. I know that anything in the world is free as long as you don't get caught. You're funny, kid. I like that. Well, I guess he's cool with it. Wait a minute. What's this? Nasty frown forms on his face. Is something wrong? Yeah, you could say that. Suddenly he starts fussing like a little kid. What kind of sicko would do this? Just look at it. The whole frame's ruined. It won't even be able to move properly on its own. He was right. Pretty savvy of him to point that out. I guess he's the real deal after all. So you think you can fix it? That's not the main issue here. There's something more important. What's that? Do you have the resolve to take proper care of an android? The resolve? Where did this come from? Listen. Androids break easily. They're fragile. They're sensitive. They're delicate. Do you get what I'm saying here? I kind of like this guy. I thought he was going to be some pervy guy, but no, he's pretty cool. I like him. He emphasizes his point 3 times. That's how passionate he was about it. I can see that he really loves his robots. But at the same time, he's starting to freak me out. He continues to rant. To a lot of people, androids are nothing but fancy toys nowadays. I mean, those kind of folks pay for my food and bills. But whenever I hear about how they've been mistreating their androids, I tend to lose my temper. They don't understand how important these creatures really are to us. I unwillingly take a small step back. Creatures. This man just referred to androids as creatures. It's not right in the head. From time to time, there have been people who fall in love with androids. Not just carnal desire. I'm talking about people who are willing to spend the rest of their lives with androids, treating them as equals. It's a controversial topic that's getting more discussion. It's an abnormality spawning from an advanced civilization with constant innovation and technology. As someone who's never seen it happen firsthand, I've always refused to believe it. I can't believe such people actually exist. An android simply lacks the intellect to be paired up with a human being. What a vain person this main character is. Oh my gosh. It's nothing but a glorified hunk of metal that can make our lives a bit easier. What a douche. I'd rather spend my entire life with a monkey. At least monkeys are actual living creatures. Oh my god. I'm not a big fan of this main character. And they share many similarities with humans. This is my first-hand experience with such a case, and I feel more disappointed than shocked. He seemed perfectly normal. Guess you can't judge a book by its cover. I'll get it fixed, but you better treat it right. Got it? Really, I'm not the one who banged it up in the first place. Even so, I don't really feel like it's worth starting an argument over. Let's just get this over with. Crystal. Yeah! What a great kid! At least you listen when someone tells you something. Since we're all chummy now, how about lowering your price? Don't push your luck, kid. That was a full 180. So much for our budding friendship. You know what? Fine. Half price. Since you're my first customer of the day. I'm relieved to hear that. Any discounts are almost certainly welcome. Great. Can you have it ready by the end of school? It's a pretty light day, so yeah, it's doable. He punches some numbers into his calculator. And he shows me the results. I was planning on charging you only about this much. What do you think? I blanked out for a bit. There are a lot of video games that I always wanted to buy. I also need to save up for new textbooks that I'll be using next year. This robot had better pay for itself. Fine, I'll pay you when I come back. Holding out my treasured pocket watch, I glance at the time. I've wasted too much time here. An outdated gear clocker in this day and age? I like it. It has nostalgic charm. I'm well aware that these types of watches are hard to find, but more importantly, this is my personal way of rebelling against this continuously developing society. Hey, you piece of junk. Can you hear me? No response. Finally decide to address it by the name. Lucy. The robot immediately reacts. What's with this thing? I'll be back after school. Behave yourself, alright? The android wobbles its head back and forth. I'm hoping it understood me. And with that, I leave the shop. That poor robot. I feel so bad for it because now it's going to have to live its life with this jerk of a character who thinks that robots are below humans. I hightail it towards my high school. I'm in second year. While running, a movie I saw recently springs to mind. An old sci-fi flick set in the year 2050. All these oldies seem to be lacking in one thing. Creativity. A few showcase large-scale space battles. Others would have flying vehicles soaring through the sky. Well, guess what? It's 2050. And we don't have moose-sized starships or flying cars zipping around. People still walk to school. People still drive normal vehicles. People still ride bicycles and skateboards. Some people still use old fountain pens or pocket watches like me. But there exists a single piece of technology that's become more predominant in our lives. Androids. They're being used everywhere in the world. That's one thing these aged films got right. I believe it's the next step. That we'll have walking, talking computers. And I mean, maybe even they'll eventually develop personalities. That'd be interesting. Morning bell snaps me from my reverie, and I dash straight to my classroom. Please refrain from running in the hallways. Oh yeah, a janitor android scolds me as I rush past it. That's awesome. This type has facial recognition software to report any transgressor. Oh, that's awesome, like me, except I simply cover my face. And there's no record. You gotta know how to exploit the system. Brilliant. That's cool. Safe! Bolstered by my recent victory, I strut towards my desk with a confident swagger. I notice the teacher's not in yet. I pluck down in my seat while still huffing. I was pretty close. Did you sleep in again? That concern-filled voice is coming from the guy sitting next to me. Is that his friend? A clever-looking fellow. People usually refer to him by his nickname, Dr. Gears. It's because he's a real geek with a burning passion for robots. I, on the other hand, despise robots. And while I'd label myself an introvert, he's very approachable and outgoing. Moreover, our tastes and hobbies differ quite a lot. You'd think we'd have nothing to do with each other. But as they say, opposites attract. I know, I'm weird, right? No, I just had some business to take care of. Alright, so we should give him a dignified voice because he's outgoing, right? And intelligent, so let's see. Alright, we'll try this. Really? This early in the morning? I like that. a long story. I'm cut short by a middle-aged man making his entry. Our teacher. Female assistant rope, android, trails behind. Let's talk about this later. I send him a signal. He returns a thumbs up. Okay. Class over? Lunchtime rolls by. Okay. I take out my freshly bought pieces of bread. Dr. Gear does likewise, with a very appealing lunchbox. 2 desks have been joined together. On mine, there are a couple of pieces of fried croquettes with a carton of chocolate milk. My friend, on the other hand, has quite a tasty spread on his, which he seems to be enjoying immensely. I've heard that his maid android makes it for him every morning, and the food doesn't look half bad. Then again, anything looks better to a poor schmuck like me who eats bread every day. Your bread's good, alright? Problem with your food, or... Never mind. Problem indeed. I bite down on the croquette. What happened? Delicately piercing its golden, crisply warm surface, a savory scent wafts forth. The sweet flavor of the dough mingles with the tantalizing aroma, creating a heavenly mixture. But that's not all. The cream inside unleashes its softness as it slowly melts upon my tongue. For the vegetables in the mixture provide a strong and rich flavor. The eggs and mashed potatoes join the fray by pleasingly blending in with the other ingredients. This refined taste. It must be. Had you going there, didn't I? Setting aside the sad excuse for a rubber substitute, I pose a question to Dr. Gears. By the way, didn't you once tell me that you had a lot of androids at home? Huh? Yeah, around 6, I think. That's a high number. Typical household can't afford that many. Rumors that Gears is from a well-to-do family. Why the sudden interest? Oh, it's, nothing. Oh, wait a minute. He starts grinning like an idiot. Hey, your food's falling out of your mouth, you know. You've taken a liking to androids, haven't you? So you're calling off this little war of ours? More like a temporary truce. Good enough. Androids are simply amazing, you know. They're truly the greatest invention that science has delivered since the beginning of mankind. There are quite a few types. My favorite's the maid models. They take care of all the chores and really know how to cook. On top of that, the female ones all are pretty cute. Sometimes I find myself admiring their beauty. You've got one sick, twisted mind, Gears. Tisk, tisk. Don't you know that people can achieve inner peace with beauty? It's been proven by science, you know. I shake my head wearily. I do admire his enthusiasm over something so petty, though. Really. Look, it's what's on the inside that counts. What are you talking about? Appearances don't matter. It's still a crummy, stupid robot. Here's an example using people. Let's say there's a person with a pretty face, but he's a man. Does the fact that he's got a woman's face change anything? No, he's ultimately a man. Likewise, even if I see a beautiful android, since it's ultimately a robot, its aesthetics doesn't matter anymore. It just becomes an illusion. What I'm trying to say is that even if a robot acts like a person, it's not. Therefore, all robots are the same to me, and I dislike them all. I guess you still haven't changed your mind. But there has to be a reason why you brought it up, right? Normally, you wouldn't ever talk about it. Well, yeah. If you're looking to buy one, I'm here for you, man. I'll make sure I fill you in on everything you need to know. telling you, you'll be making the greatest purchase of your life. In response, I rubbed my cheeks in embarrassment. I'm not exactly looking to buy one. Could it be that you're worried about the price, my friend? Don't worry. I have some connections that will let you have one dirt cheap. As long as I'm with you, there won't be any problems. It's not that. There's no need to buy one. Now, just what do you mean by that? Fidgeting awkwardly, I wonder if I should tell everything. I found one somewhere. Found what? An android. You found an android? Yeah. Where? At the junkyard. Holy, you lucky bastard! Is it something like an IDX 358? Or 455? What model is it? Something that starts with a P, I can't remember. Someone told me it's a pretty recent model. I haven't seen anything impressive yet. Might as well give it some time, though. It was free, after all. Now you've made me curious. I'll be sure to pay you a visit soon. He pauses for a moment after counting, as if he's trying to change the subject. Oh! He pauses a moment before continuing, as if he's trying to change the subject. I cannot read. Well, I'm certainly happy that you've taken an interest in androids, but what? But you should be careful. About what? You've seen them on TV, right? People who are obsessed with androids. They say it gets really tough to deal with as time goes on. Robots are robots, humans are humans. You should never forget this boundary between them. Robots are mere tools designed to make our lives easier. Nothing more, nothing less. Me being struck by lightning is more likely. Falling in love with a robot. That's crazy. I know, of course. Don't expect that to happen to you, of all people. But you know, better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Alrighty, keep it in mind. Right already, I'll keep it in mind. He nods in response. Before I knew it, the day's last class finally came. At last, another monotonous day of school was coming to a close. But it feels like this lecture's lasting all eternity. It's like I'm stuck in molasses. The chalkboard is filling with scribbles that are barely decipherable, making it very hard to understand the lesson, which is painful enough already. Can't take it anymore. The teacher is so awful at explaining things. His words go through one ear and right out the other. Unable to hold back the incoming fatigue, I let out a simple yawn. Glancing around, it looks like no one's doing much better. All these mediocre teachers have one thing in common. Their teaching method. It's way too convoluted. Bunch of rotten snobs, that's what they are. Like Dr. Gears. He's got the snob voice. And yet, time marches on. The teacher's dreadful onslaught of words ultimately comes to an end. Watching a politician's speech is more riveting in comparison. All that's left now is to go home. Time to get out of this place. I pack my belongings hurriedly, waving goodbye to Dr. Gears as I start to head home. Don't forget the robot. On the way, I suddenly realized something. Yeah, I called that one. I nearly forgot about the android. I almost ended up heading straight home. I doubled backward toward the repair shop. Arriving, I peeked through the windows. The place is not too busy, but no sign of the repairman. Wasting no more time, I head in. Well, welcome to the antique shop. Oh, I changed his voice already, damn it. Oh, it's a different person. As soon as I stepped my foot inside, I was immediately greeted by the female staff. The voice had a sweet, vibrant texture. Really caught me off guard. I'd never expected a girl to be manning the store. Guess she's a part-timer. Turn around to face the person calling out to me, and my jaw drops to the floor. You! Her face lights up when she finally recognizes me. Is it Lucy? Oh, it's Lucy! Oh, she smiled! Okay, I'm no good with girls' voices, but I will try. Ugh. Master is finally here. Lucy's been waiting all day long. It was the android named Lucy Valentine who greeted me at the door. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? There's no way that useless thing could be standing there talking to me. What's with that smile? I double-check. You're Lucy, right? Yes! None other than Lucy Valentine. Well, I guess that settles it. How'd you end up like this? What about Lucy, Master? That voice in your face. And you're standing on your own, right? Yes, of course, Master. Lucy is standing on her own 2 feet. Lucy puffs out her chest, looking proud. I mean, that's not really something to be proud of, but thinking back to how she was before, well, that's damn well impressive. You do look better now, so there's nothing wrong with you anymore? Yes, Master. Lucy feels like she can soar through the skies. For emphasis, she spins in place like an excited ballerina. I already love her. She had the appearance of a mature, well-pampered maiden, yet at the same time looked silly like a child. But her spin abruptly ends as she crashes to the floor. And there goes my peace of mind. Still not back to normal, it seems. Lucy smiles sheepishly. Well, I'm at a loss for words. That deceptively human voice, her vibrant personality full of such emotion, her face displaying all manner of expressions. Each movement bursts with a spirit passion. To say that I'm amazed would be a gross understatement. My brain's turned to mush. I can't utter a single word. I won't show it on the outside. It's weakness to lose control of your emotion. Well, that, plus, I don't want to admit to her that I'm surprised. That's one heck of a change in just a few hours. Lucy's first compliment for Master. That makes Lucy very happy. I'm complimenting the guy who fixed you up, of course. No, impossible! The look of disappointment on her face was quite surreal. How can I possibly explain this? Magic? Had she been enchanted by a witch? Old childhood stories spring to mind. The nine-tailed fox who desired to become human. The little mermaid who also wished to become human. What happened to them? Let's just say they didn't get a happy ending. What about Pinocchio? Pinocchio got his wish and he had it. Well, the original story, not so much. The original story is freaking scary. The Disney story, though, I liked. This robot makes me think. If that Little Mermaid's wish ever did come true, would she be celebrating just like this? Well, if you watch the Disney one, she did. If you read the book, she did not. And there's a lot of differences between the books and movies, aren't there? Enough of this claptrap. Back to the matter at hand, which is, where's the repairman? Say, what happened to the guy who put you in charge? The owner left a while ago to shop for some parts. He's not here. What about his store? An excellent assistant is currently on duty. An assistant? Where? I love that face. So where is this assistant? I don't see anyone. Well, that sure took the wind out of her sails. What a jerk! She's having more highs and lows than a bipolar patient. Feeling bad for her, I decided to drop the act. Okay, I get it. You're the one in charge for the time being. Yes, that is correct, Master. Lucy is the one in charge. She sure bounced back fast. Moreover, what's the deal with the repairman? Leaving Lucy to take care of the store on the first day he's met her? Just such a ditzy robot. You'd have to be a few cards short of a full deck to think that that was a smart idea. Hello? What could Master be thinking about? I'm not thinking about anything. And, stop calling me Master all the time. But Master is Lucy's master. Use my name instead. But Lucy doesn't know what Master's name is. Please, take this opportunity to teach her now? True, I botched it up last time. Let's run through the choices. Alright, well, I'll be entering my name. There we go. Tyler? I have an even better name. Oh, okay. The name. Really? Oh, jeez. Alright, we'll use that name. Why not? Alright, the name is Mr. Handsome. Master mustn't lie like that. Bad trick to pull. It's bad to trick other people. Lying is evil. So you're telling me I'm ugly? What? No, no. Lucy never meant it that way. It's a mistake. A mistake. She curls up instinctively, thinking she might be scolded for messing up. Master shouldn't lie about his name. Please teach Lucy. Please tell Lucy Master's real name. Really? And why do you think I'm pulling your leg? Lucy saw Master put his name in a while ago. That's awesome. Are you Monica? That's awesome. I love it. Oh, come on. Even the game's working against me. Forget it. Just call me Master. Understood, Master. Oh my god. Just call me Tyler. Oh, alright. We're gonna end this episode here. I hope you guys liked this episode. I accidentally stopped recording and I couldn't do an outro, so here's the outro. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is funny. Oh my gosh. Good visual novel. I'm enjoying it. There's a lot of stuff you can do differently in this, I think, so. Hopefully, guys, you're liking this. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.